He's starting to get two Robo Bays. He's constantly getting those Phoenixes out to have a look what's going on. But really, I don't know. He doesn't have any kind of AoE. He doesn't have. He's got one Immortal out. He just needs more units to be able to deal with it.
I think this is, Capoch being a little bit too passive again. I mean, I understand that it's difficult when you've got, a Zerg player who can harass quite well, but he's using a Roach army, and his Glade's creep spread isn't that good this time around. So, it would be okay, for Capoch to start getting rid of that creep highway with that Observer and his main force, moving out, trying to keep Glade on his back foot, but at the moment he's just sitting and trying to outmass Zerg, and most of us know that you can't really outmass Zerg if you just give them time to do so.
Yeah, pretty much. And Glade now taking a fourth base at the gold as well. He's sitting at 198 supply versus 127. I would not be surprised if he just A-moved into this base right now.
I mean, that's a lot of roaches. We have an absolute roach army.
Doesn't have any upgrades, so Capoch is at the 0-1. Here we go, so we're going to have a fight in.
Excellent force fields.
Oh. Burrow, and coming up behind the other side of the force fields, dropping almost everything he can see. Just not enough.
This is a sham. So we got a massive roaches. That Glade once again playing it safe. I mean, we're looking at the roach count here. 53 roaches to only 18 stalkers, 4 immortals. 4 immortals, of course, are worth 12 roaches. So it's still really tipped in Glade's favor here. We've got Chrono Boost going on to the remaining immortals. There's a definite income difference, so 2,000 minerals for Glade per minute, as opposed to only 1,300 there for Capoch. Glade opting once again to try and get rid of that third base that's being created, and if he does manage to get rid of this, it's going to be a huge economic blow due to the fact that Moonglade's gold expansion has just popped. So he will be able to get ahead, but Capoch, sensing the danger, rushes over his main force. He now has Blink for his Stalkers, able to chase after the Roaches if need be, but he's just really trying to secure that third base, which is a good idea. He really needs to do something like that to keep himself into this game, but at the same time, he needs to get some more upgrades, some more units, Immortals, and perhaps even Colossus to counter this massive amount of Roaches.
Yeah, definitely. He is putting in a lot more Hydras now into this unit mix to get a lot more DPS out of it, because we don't see we do have a robotics bay now, but really there's the Colossi, the first Colossi coming out now. That'll definitely even the scales for him, but we do already have a Spire for Moonglade in case he does see that kind of stuff happening. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Moonglade take another base just to try and keep that production up, but he doesn't want to.
And if you don't mind, I'm going to name that Colossus Steven from now on. I hope you don't mind. Just so whenever I refer to him, I'll be like, there's Steven. Okay, so we do have 2 Colossi being produced. So the only thing, though, Unstable, have you noticed in the robotics bay the lack thereof, as I say that.
Yeah, the upgrade? Yeah, it's coming. Don't worry. So it looks like Moonglade's still being aggressive with these roaches, takes out a pylon just to keep Capoch annoyed, as we do have a lot of Hydras, and I'm kind of surprised we don't. 2 hatcheries in the main. He's got the double upgrades coming, and we're now going to be at 1-1 for these roaches. 3-3 roaches actually do an insane amount of damage.
Yeah, and the fact that they've got like Burrow there is really awesome. They've got the speed upgraded, so you can move up underground. They can run along the surface without having to worry about being on creep. The Roach upgraded with its speed has a movement speed of 3, as opposed to Zealots, for example, that have a 2.25. And I think as well they outrun Stalkers with a speed of 2.95. So obviously not Blink Stalkers, because they'll be able to blink away. But the important thing to note is Roaches, when they're not on creep, with their speed upgraded, are an incredibly mobile, formidable force that can outflank, that can surround, that can really get in the midst of an army. And with creep, that's that 30% faster, so they're almost unstoppable little like race cars of units.
Yeah, definitely. But really, we're at 189 versus 198. Not sure what Moonglade's doing. I think he just wants to mass up an insane amount of resources. 8k, 9k, and 2k. If he needs to, for me right now, I'd be starting to trade armies.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. Steven and his brothers are moving out. He's got the Colossus there. It looks like he's going to try and head towards the gold expansion. If he does spot that, he hasn't got any kind of tower coverage at the moment. Not grabbing it yet. Go on, grab the towers. See that gold expansion. Come on, Steven, you can do it. Okay, he sees the gold expansion now, so I'm assuming, yeah, Colossus straight over there, being able to get that great range, use it to their ability. Sentries use their shields to cut down any DPS coming from the Hydra. Hydra moving away, staying on the creep, maybe trying to lure the Protoss army into that. If this is a head-on battle, though, I do say it might favor the Protoss at the moment, but Glade has so many minerals stacked, 10,000 minerals stacked, that it doesn't really matter because, you know, if he destroys the Protoss army or even damages it, he'll be able to outproduce in heartbeats. Okay, more shields going up, force fields landing down. Oh, a couple of roaches managing to burrow and run away, but you know, it does get the expansion taken down, so capoch has a small win there, trying to pull himself back into the macro lead. It looks like we have...
Looks like Glade is just keeping himself out of the way until he gets a lot more Corruptors to help deal with those Colossi, as capoch is now taking a 4th base. I really feel Glade's put himself in a bad position here by just waiting too long. If he's, but we'll see how it goes. Looks like we are going to have an engagement here up at the 3rd base for these units. Here we go, so capoch moving in. Moonglade trying to get a good position, does lose that queen pretty early, and here come the Corruptors
moving in.
Did you get that corruption off? And oh my god, all these units going in. Follow what's going
amazing force field there. Have you seen how the way he's completely blocked off the Hydra army from doing any kind of damage to the Colossus? Those Hydras will melt away because of the upgrades being 3, which means they get one-shotted completely by those Colossus. And Glade with 10k minerals floated calls GG.
Yep. So capoch will move on 2-1 in this matchup. So he'll go on to face Edge, I believe, in the next round.
That is incredible. I can't believe Glade called GG there. I know, I mean, it would